Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Stay on the caper for paper to get my scruples. In this a money world, so I stack with me and my pupils. I establish your order, nobody gotta be sure for it. And you can do it legal or regal, getting that corporate. Real time, you don't grind, well that's unfortunate. Ain't nothing for a dreamer but sleep if you don't work for it. Shout out to the fellas that get it, and I don't mean robbing ladies with degrees that's actually working their dream job. Work now, play later, that's still a motto. When you handle biz, it's more joy when you popping bottles. Just some food for thought, though the truth can be hard to swallow. I lead by example, something really easy to follow. Check me, if I were tired, I take off the ropes. They hoping to fall, I'm killing the hopes. As though put up a kid, they mean familiar, those that love me the most. Loving on me, I'ma so give it the ghost. Hit them so hard they compare it to dope. Taking the world, they grab a life by the throat.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work. De corazón, la plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, yeah. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Yeah!
Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Looney.
Get that money, baby. Yeah. You just entered the arena where we pull no punches. We hit you with straight truths and hard facts. Welcome to the Chin Check.
Wow! We back up in this thing. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you without some content to step to. But yeah, we back up in this thing, man. Shout out to Brian Black. I seen a couple cats in the chat. That shit is great, man. It feels good to be back. There's been a lot going on the internet, just different debates.
Correct.
Just different shit breaking. Congratulations to the Golden State Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I got to go ahead and, eat crow there, because I really thought Boston was going to do that. Turned out they didn't. And, yeah. But, you know what I like overall? Like, when it comes to shit like that, I like seeing, I'm a basketball fan just regardless, but I like seeing passion and just desire and will and dedication. I like seeing that shit play out, and that's what you got from Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry proved a lot of doubters and naysayers and those type of people wrong, and he finally stepped up to the plate and kind of reached that, captured that other milestone that I think he needed, to where you'd be like, yeah, this dude is definitely just an all-time great, where you could start entering them into, a whole nother level of conversation. Right. So, I mean, overall, man, it's good. And my favorite thing about the fact that Golden State won is because it goes back to my point that I was saying.
Oh,
Kevin Durant is not that dude.
Yeah.
They're trying to tell y'all. I say you put anybody in that space, you put any decent quality player as the fourth wheel on that team, and they're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
In this case, it was Andrew Wiggins.
Yeah.
Did you see the video that I did that was kind of going up?
No.
Oh man. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can pull that shit up. But how's everything been going with you?
So everything's been fine. Having a great, happy Father's Day. Just chilling, waiting for the Monday, Juneteenth, so I can go down to Galveston and see how it is. Feel the energy, taking the vibe of the all black feeling. You know what I'm saying? Where the holiday, the bride from. Like, yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I want to see what you're talking about, though.
Oh, the video?
Yeah, and I need my apple cider. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that.
Have
Yeah.
to renege on that. About to call me a re-nigga for that. I'm about to bail out of that. Watch, you gonna fucking roll. My fucking phone won't stop going the hell off since I posted this shit. You gonna be like, hey, this shit is wrong.
Yeah, but it's been a great week. I'm not gonna even lie about it. Even though, I had a little nicks here and there, but it's been a great week.
Shit, I know we're late because we both kind of drive trucks and shit. A lot of people may not know that, so we both ended up kind of fucked off dealing with moving these damn trucks. So
I think our supervisors watch our videos. They're like, they ain't gonna drive no truck.
There was no reason for me to be gone 3 days. But here, check this out. Check it out.
Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, shit, I posted that on TikTok. That shit be going up. Yeah, that's exactly what it's like. I told y'all he wasn't that dude. He ain't.
Oh man, you're gonna have Kevin Durant coming after us now. You know he be watching with them burner accounts.
Check it out. Yeah, I put the jersey on there, boy.
Look, remember? Nights like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Nights like this, I wish raindrops.
That's the part to get me every time. I don't know what made me think to do that shit to do. But I'm like, man, you gotta have a jersey on.
Check it out. Look, remember? Nights like this,
oh man,
I wish raindrops would fall.
Oh shit.
Nights like this,
You hot?
I wish raindrops.
Okay, I'll go turn on the air.
Oh man. So yeah, see what else is good. Wrestling, WWE, Vince McMahon.
Oh, that situation. That's crazy.
Yeah, I know you know more about it than me. I don't know if you could break it down. I don't really get the gist of what he did or if anything that was wrong.
Yeah, basically, turn it off. Basically, him and Johnny Laurinaitis were talking to this girl. They was having sexual relations with her.
Right.
and basically they was giving her money, to advance her career inside of WWE. So she was making, I think, like 100,000, and then she started making 200 to 300,000, and then she left the company. She left the company, and they gave her over $1 million for hush money. And
Damn.
so a lot of people are saying that the money that he gave her, that he took it out of WWE's pocket. That's what they're saying. But other folks are they're basically saying that he took it from his own money. So that's the big thing that's going around. So now they're doing an investigation to see what's going on. So for right now, he has stepped down from being the chairman and the CEO of the company.
But he still has creative control.
Correct. And speaking of creative control, when he came out on SmackDown, they say so many people were so mad at him for the way he came out. Like he tried to play it like he was gonna come out and discuss the situation, but he
Right.
didn't. He basically just amped up the fans and then walked out like, yeah, like I
Yeah, it
really
was
don't
like,
give a
dude.
fuck.
But I mean, I don't know. Vince McMahon, he got that I don't really give a fuck kind of money. I don't know. Maybe that's what that is. I don't know. I guess they'll figure out what it is. You know, we're in a time now to where you can't get away with a lot of shit,
Yeah,
and you shouldn't be able to get away with a lot of shit when it comes to mishandling women in the workplace and different shit like that.
yeah,
Um, so I mean, yeah, we'll see what comes out. I'm not really understanding. And a lot of these situations, just off top, without all the details, I just don't see what's being done wrong. Like I know, like a lot of women do different things, and then all of a sudden, when they don't like they cut, shit flips, and next thing you know, everybody else is in the wrong and shit. I don't know, just too much. So like, I'm still kind of waiting on details myself, but yeah, we'll see what's up. Yeah, and happy Father's Day to everybody. Guess you can say this is a happy Father's Day edition to podcast. And also, shit, I wanted to say shout out to all the ladies out there telling bitter women to shut the fuck up today. I mean, it's really been a positive energy, just what I'm seeing online and shit. And I think the appreciation and respect for men across the
Mhm.
board is just something that just really needs to be picked up. And it's just as direly needed. And seeing a lot of women, telling bitches with them bitter ass baby mama posts, hey, shut the fuck up, bitch, not today. It's just nice. And I'm sure men would agree with me the world over. Like, yo, we appreciate it. Like, that's the energy that we want. Cause, I know a lot of men, a lot of fellas, we show out for Mother's Day. I don't get no smoke. You don't see single dads talking about, I'm the mom and the dad and all that shit. Like, we let y'all have y'all day, but kind of historically, when it comes to Father's Day, it's like a national recognize the niggas that ain't doing shit day. And we getting away from that. I hope so, man. That's just really
Go drink
good.
some
And
water.
happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Yeah,
Well, we got an update. The snake said he paid her $3 million. This comes out a couple of weeks after Stephanie McMahon steps down. Not
right.
step down. I heard she quit.
Yeah, they said that she sucked, so she quit. And then this came out. They said some shit like he gave her 1 million up
Yeah.
front and then 2 million over some time or some shit. I don't know. That's crazy. But I'm just trying to understand like what is the wrongdoing, exactly and shit. Like
I don't know either because
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand how a motherfucker got paid 3 million for some shit for a severance package. I'm just trying to understand who's disgruntled here.
it came from somebody up top in the chairman in the top seats, It wasn't like a regular wrestler or her. Somebody else came in and
Oh,
complained about it. That's what happens when you go public. See, this is different from McMahon because if nobody knows, I don't know if you know or not, if you're watching wrestling, like majority of the time, there's always been a straight private company. It's always been just the McMahon family owned it. You did what they say. That's how it always been. Now, since they're going public and it's other people that invested inside the company, a lot of things that they try to do here and there that they're not able to do. And I think they're so comfortable. They're so comfortable doing everything that they always have that it was a slip up.
yeah, yeah,
That's
and
why.
that's what I was thinking too. It seems like kind of like a power play kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's like weird. Like when you do have a publicly traded company, how you could lose your shit
Yeah.
because now it's publicly traded, and I don't know, it's just weird. So just imagine a time somewhere where WWE is not ran by Vince
The McMahon.
McMahon or the McMahons even.
That's gonna be crazy.
Like that would just be wild just to see kind of where it goes, and that's just a lot of history right there that I think is kind of up at stakes right now.
I hope Triple H gets creative control of the company. I don't know why I'm stuttering today. I think that'll be awesome. Just seeing how NXT was moving. Just imagine WWE moving how NXT was. That would be awesome.
Yeah, if he feel he fried, he should try to move somebody in the family in the right position
Yeah.
to kind of take over and make sure that shit stay in the family or whatever. But they'll uncover what they need to. Shout out, what's up, Jeff Short? Okay, so what we here for? The main thing that got me I'd say like a week or so ago was I'm trying to think of the motherfucker that even started the conversation. I don't know why I can't think of his name. The big eyed dude on the football podcast or whatever.
Oh, you talking about damn, I forgot his name. I know you're talking about. But damn.
He pretty much the one that kind of said it, and I think like
on Pivot.
And
on
he said in short, like, Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson, and then you had a few people chiming in and kind of agreeing and
no. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt you, but you got to say it right. Channing Chowder. He said this. He said that Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson.
Okay, so semantics.
It's not semantics. It's word. No, I'm just being honest. It's the words by
talent.
definition.
Okay, talented. So we'll work with that.
So
better, talented. We'll work with talented, and I still have a problem. Because we're talking about.
I'm gonna let you talk, and then I'm gonna explain to you why that Chris Brown could be more talented than Michael Jackson. But go ahead, watch. You go ahead, and I'm gonna explain to you why.
You could say he may have more talents. If you want to say like, okay, well, man, this motherfucker, he can sing, he can dance, he can bake pies, he can he makes a mean mac and cheese, and all that type shit. And that's one thing. But if we talking about this music shit, and this includes the dancing, and don't get me wrong, like I love Chris Brown. I like what he does and all that shit. We talking about this music shit. There's levels to this.
Yeah, but
Chris Brown's not there.
They didn't say music. They said talented. That's all they put.
Talent-wise. You see
talent. Go ahead, because I want you to talk with. Go ahead.
Talking about Mike. Y'all niggas not gonna do this to Mike. I know.
I'm not doing it. I'm just explaining exactly where they're coming from with it. So
I want you to say what you want to say, because I don't want to see more.
No, because I want that feeling out you. I love
No,
when you get
because
mad.
I just man, when it come to Mike, I'm like, yo, like I know like sometimes we get caught in the moment
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of different situations. And even when you say, okay, well, he's saying that he's more talented.
Yeah.
And just when it comes to Michael Jackson and shit, like this motherfucker was so gifted, if we even just keeping it in a musical standpoint. It was just something else. I just don't see it as far as where Chris Brown go. Even if you do the singing and especially we're talking about singing and dancing, Michael Jackson was singing Chris Brown out off the fucking planet. The vocal range ain't even comparable, so that's a knock. The dancing and shit, I would still go with Michael over Chris, easy. So that's what I mean. Like, what is more talented? No, I'm just saying, like, I just want to know, like, how, in that sense, can Chris Brown be more talented?
Okay, so more talented. If it comes to they both can dance, while they both can dance, Chris Brown can do flips, backflips,
Talk about a
somersaults.
flip.
Hold on,
Monkey
I'm
can
not
do a
finished. I'm not
goddamn
finished.
flip.
You gotta let me talk. They both can sing. They both can produce. But then it starts, when it comes down to talent, it starts to dwindling down for Michael Jackson. You got painting. Chris Brown can paint.
Michael Jackson could paint, and he could draw his ass off. Come again. Tell you what, we talking about Mike, nigga, boy. You motherfuckers ain't gonna do Mike.
He got epic. He got
Nobody
epic.
give a damn about that scribble scrabble. Chris Brown be kicking all over the fucking ground and shit. Get the fuck out of here. Well, when Michael Jackson used to do real motherfucking art. I don't know what that fucking abstract.
No. He does art though too. So that's what they're talking about. Is that he's more acrobatic. He athletic. Let me say athletic.
I would
He's more
say, yeah,
athletic.
definitely he's a more athletic dancer. I'd give him that hands down.
Hey, Snake.
But
I'm not saying.
Let's get into the dancing thing, and don't get me wrong, man. I love Chris Brown.
Chris Brown would be more talented than Mike. Let's be honest in dancing.
No.
If you match, okay, he can do moonwalk.
Michael's line work is fucking impeccable as a dancer. Like I was telling you, I think that like when we was talking off of this and shit, I was like, Chris Brown comes off more like a crump dancer.
Correct.
He can keep up with other steps and everything, but everything he does, to me, in my opinion, it almost feels like he's about 2 seconds from going into a crump. Like everything he does, like Michael Jackson's line work was just fucking cold. Like you can't even it was just different. That like okay, when Michael danced, it was like almost he became the music.
Yeah.
It was part of the song. Like the dance, it's just something different. I don't know. Like I'm impressed when Chris Brown danced, but it just ain't the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't sit back and be like, whoo, like Mike would do some shit. Man. And a lot of the shit that he would do, even in his videos sometimes where he would have like the, what do you call, like the different line dances and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all in the set and they're all doing, the same routine and everything. He would improvise and freestyle and do like different shit in that scene that the background dancers aren't even doing. And it would be so cold. And then he would pick right back up into the routine like nothing. And Mike was just different, dude. And I think right now we have Chris. So we see Chris all the time and all that shit. But man, Mike was different. And I think just the fact that he's been gone, we didn't get that last tour up out of him. I think people really fucking forget. My daughter is 2 years old. She don't stop for Chris Brown, but she stops when Mike is on the screen. It's just different. It's so different. It's levels. It's levels. And I just can't believe that.
Is it because you were captivated by that man when he was at his greatest? And
what's captivating about Mike is that level of greatness, that dedication.
That's what I'm saying. And so Chris Brown doesn't have that.
Nah, he don't have that. What they
You
call it? They call it that
it
mysterious it
it
factor or
factor.
whatever. And I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Chris has his own variation of it, but he ain't got stand on stage for 30 minutes and only move your head one time and make the crowd pass out it. I could be wrong, but I don't think Chris Brown could walk out on stage and stand there for 30 minutes and not do anything.
I think so. I'm not gonna lie about that.
I don't think he could. I think it'd be a long night. He start seeing food and shit come on the stage and everything. He do that shit. Michael,
But Chris Brown got a bigger audience when it comes to older folks than younger folks. So
but it's the time too, and that's another thing people got to understand. Like the way the industry works now is artists today they have a lot more that kind of gives them an advantage compared to the artists of old. So even comparing them in that sense is almost kind of like, okay, come on now, because if Michael Jackson was able to make music sales off of just simple clicks and he was getting paid for every time you watched his video and the whole nine, then this would totally not be a fucking discussion whatsoever. But right, I think you compare Chris Brown versus Usher, that's maybe more of a discussion, but we talking about Mike. I mean, these guys they just have a different type of luxury now. Even artists now, up and coming artists, new artists that were kind of in that new era, they just have more shit to their disposal to put themselves out and create different opportunities that make it seem like, oh, they're doing this and they're doing that and they're doing this
bro,
much
don't do
bigger.
that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do
What?
that. Don't do that. Because then you have to say that about James Brown and Michael Jackson.
But
James
I think
Brown,
Mike
James, hold
on.
James Brown could say that same argument.
But he could though. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it would be understandable, but the difference is I think without a doubt, Michael Jackson is in a way more, or in his own right, he's more talented than James Brown. Even though he took, that's his influence, but Mike took it and he became what he became in his own regard.
Correct.
Even though James Brown leg work is probably unmatched to this day.
That's what I'm saying.
That motherfucker legs, like he did what he wanted to up here, and his legs was like other people or something. I don't know how he moved like that.
That's the definition of spaghetti noodle legs.
That dude was crazy, man. My son be trying to emulate that. Man, his legs just go off. And that man, James Brown was crazy for that time. But I think now more, but I still think even with James Brown, even though you maybe had
go sit down,
technological advances like going into the 60s, 70s, like 70s, 80s, 90s when Mike was getting big and coming up, like compared to now, like it's not even any contest. Hold on. Daddy dude, he's got to help a baby get on the potty training.
On the pot, let's see what you guys have to say. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna go back. And then we're gonna go down. Okay, Thriller album. Thriller album alone trumps the whole argument. SD. I'm not saying that, but we're not talking about. See, this is what you got to understand. Stop, free. This is what you have to understand. They're talking about just most talented. They're not just talking about the best artists out of music per se. He just said he's the most talented artist between Michael Jackson and Chris Brown. Now you said maybe Chris Brown versus Usher. If it was towards music, I still would say Usher, but don't get me started. I would say Michael Jackson. I'm just the devil's advocate here. Usher gets more hits and better albums than Chris Brown.
Shit, my bad.
How about? Hold on, let me finish with this. Michael Jackson still has more fans in Asia than. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Michael Jackson always going. That's true. Okay, Michael Jackson
Michael
just
Jackson
has
was probably a little bit more famous than Jesus. He probably got Jesus by a couple million followers on Instagram.
yeah.
He probably beating Jesus.
Yeah.
That ain't even no disrespect to the church folks.
Yeah. He a Jehovah's Witness, so you know what that tells you.
Yeah, man.
Hold on. Snake has something to say.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's true. Yeah, the modern music video was pioneered or created by Mike. He didn't create music videos, but short films. And that's the thing too. A lot of the stuff that you see, like Chris Brown, Usher, Neo, those type of cats now, even the routines are Michael Jackson-esque.
Yeah, but everybody knows Michael Jackson copied.
Well, yeah, they all copy and they're all influenced. But the way Michael Jackson
he copied
changed the
Broadway.
way videos were done.
Yeah, he copied that off of Charlie Chaplin.
In a sense, what you mean, like the dance style?
No, the way of the videos, how you look at them, the way certain moves that he make to make you get captivated in a certain scene.
Right, but that wasn't being done for music though.
Yeah,
like Charlie Chaplin, like his was like short film musicals, I believe.
Yeah, it was musical short film.
Right,
no.
But for a music video,
yeah. But that was
and that was the thing that was different. Like people didn't see that type of line dancing and everything from videos, and that was like from a time when MTV wasn't even letting black people on their show. Like people forget,
correct?
Like how recent like a lot of racist undertones and everything are.
Mm-hmm.
Like me and Cedric, and I'm sure like a lot of the people that that may watch or whatever. Like we old enough to remember where niggas didn't get played on MTV for that reason.
Man,
I remember my dad walking into the room and I'm watching Michael Jackson beat it, and he was shocked that the video was on MTV. He was like, Michael Jackson's on MTV? When did they start doing that? Like it was that type of racism was just okay. Y'all probably wouldn't believe it now in this liberal, everybody's offended type world and stuff. But yeah, back then, yeah, MTV just was not playing niggas, point blank, period. And Michael Jackson made them change that shit. I mean, the dude is just a pioneer in a lot of ways. But we back on this talent thing.
You know what was my favorite song on MTV when it was back in those days? Video killed the radio star. In my mind, because that was the only, like, it wasn't that, man.
You know which one I hated?
What?
I almost hate to even bring it up. That never gonna give you up, never gonna let you. I ever see Rick Astley in person, man, we might have smoke. I hate that fucking song with a passion.
Never gonna say goodbye,
man. I don't know why I hate that song.
I love that shit, boy. That was one of my shit too.
Song. I don't know if it was because like when that song used to come on, I just used to be in like a bad space as a kid. I really hate that damn song.
That's the shit.
But yeah, that whole Chris Brown, more talented than Michael Jackson. And then even then, you just got to be careful how you say it, because it's just, to me, if you want to say, oh, talents, and so then we can just run down talents in the sense of talents. But then I think when you say that, it automatically implies like, yeah, if you were having a label draft and you had to pick Mike or Chris, you would probably go with Chris because he's more talented. And I think like, nah, that ain't it. I don't know. I don't see it. Even in a talent aspect, it's just not there. It's just not there. Mike is just cold. We don't even need to get on the music. I just watched a breakdown of what is it? An engineer had the raw tracks from
The stems.
the stems and everything from Billie Jean, the
Yeah.
whole session. And just to listen to how like flawless that the vocal is, one take vocal on that song, that passion, everything, one take on that shit. And then I always knew Michael Jackson beatboxed a lot of his tracks. I did not know that he beatboxed some of the parts on that Billie Jean track. Like some of those parts of his voice, like the do, that all that, like
That's how he
him.
do all his songs.
Yeah, I didn't know he was doing it like that. Like, man, that dude is fucking something else. It's just crazy that people just feel so comfortable just throwing that shit out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Chris Brown got a new album out or coming out, and they just felt that they need to say something to help their homeboy. But I just think when you talking about Michael Jackson,
yeah, he does have an album coming out soon.
yeah, you got to slow the hell down. And I don't even mean that disrespectfully to Chris, because even Chris is mad influenced by Mike. So it's no disrespect to him and what he does, because for this era and this time now, he would be as close to Michael Jackson as you can get. But all time, to act like Chris Brown trumps that, hell nah. Because just like I was saying earlier before I had to go rescue my daughter, just the industry has changed so much. It's kind of wrong to compare new artists to old artists that were before the digital age. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, everybody can put out an album a week if they wanted to. So then when you start talking about numbers and doing all that, then it's, of course, these cats are going to get more numbers.
No. Back in the day, you would get more numbers than now, because it throws it off. So now you get to choose if you want to get this album or you want to wait until that album comes out.
But no, the difference, yeah, you're right in that sense. But now you get credit for every play.
That's true.
And so many plays on one song equals an album. So it's like it really hits different. Like, yeah, you can choose. And then there's another thing too. Like, okay, example, Drake just dropped, because we was getting into that. And
Godfrey, don't get us off topic. Keep going. We'll wait until the end of the show to answer that.
Yeah, with the backlash and everything with that. And just like you kind of brought up just how people got to pick and choose back then. You got to also look at that, because say if people were able, remember when we were kids, if some shit was whack, you take it back to the store and you be like, well, I can't get jiggy with this shit. Like, a lot of people don't remember that. Like that shit with Michael Blackson, like you could really do that shit back in the day.
Yeah,
like,
back then, you could.
This shit ain't. So imagine if you could give music back now, what a lot of these niggas' numbers would look like. You can't take the plays back. Once you play it and shit, that's a click for them. That's it. Once you click it on YouTube, it's a click for them. It counts.
You're right.
Back then, they used to wait. They used to let you put your shit out. They'll do the first week sales and everything. They wait for the returns. And then they put like, hey, this motherfucker did this the first week. But damn near everybody brought that shit back. So this motherfucker ain't really do nothing and shit. And you would know that. Now it's not like that. These cats really benefit from a digital age now. Because Drake would have been hurting. The way I seen the reviews online, he would have been hurting if you were able to return music.
Yeah, I ain't even listened to that album all the way. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I still got to check it out more.
It didn't catch me.
My whole thing, too, with Drake, and this is what kind of catches a lot of people, is I think Drake is in a different space. He's a pop star. But he has a hip-hop audience because he also does rap.
Yeah.
So when he puts albums out, I think when you hear the disappointment, you're hearing it more so from his rap fans that expect rap. So when you started getting the dance songs and too much of like the Hotline Bling type records and the club records and the techno records, and you're kind of like, what the fuck is this? Because rap fans don't want to hear that shit. They want to hear the, the rap shit.
Correct.
And so that's why I think where Drake kind of gets lost. So I think maybe when we're listening to it, maybe listen to it like you would take any pop album, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But that's the only thing I can think. Now, if he put out a trash ass pop album, then it just is what it is. But I noticed like a lot of the backlash came from rap fans and not really the people that, are really looking for anything outside of that shit,
Yeah.
And there's a few rappers in that space. I think Doja Cat, she's kind of in that same space.
Yeah, she is.
And people don't understand the difference between the fact that she does. Like, one of the things I noticed, okay, people were so kind of up in arms because they were thinking that people were saying Doja Cat can't rap. And they couldn't understand it. We were saying, like, no, she does pop music. She can rap just fine. But just because you rap on a song, it doesn't make it rap or hip hop. You're just rapping. And so people really don't understand that difference. And she announced that she was doing a rap album. I was like, oh shit, man, these motherfucking females better watch the fuck out because Doja's pretty dope. In my opinion, I know people get mad about her racist comments or whatever, but I don't know.
She black.
Whatever.
Well,
I'm not black. She wanted them light skins, and so you know how they do. The light skin mixed chicks, I believe.
My daughter just said, "I'm not black."
She said, "We'll play with you." What you gonna say? I'm brown. Shit, that's like kids be getting technical as hell.
Well.
I know technically, yeah.
Well, technically. Well, what I am, my father's Jamaican, my mama is Egyptian and Spaniard, so what the hell I am. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know shit. We go off all day about the technicalities of black.
We're not gonna talk about that because how I feel about black, it's not even. We're not really black because that's what they call us and that's what they delegate us about. You're supposed to be about your nationality anyway, but that's a whole different story.
Man, yeah, Desmond was going in too. He was talking about the fashion with Mike. Ain't nobody trying to dress like Chris Brown. Michael Jackson had grown ass men in high water pants and glitter socks.
That's true. So what if okay, y'all want to put people in there. So what if you put Michael Jackson versus Kanye West?
As far as what? Fashion?
Just music and everything that come with it. Fashion.
I would still take Mike.
Hey, Kanye West had people fading. Kanye West.
Even though, Kanye West, he is powerful like that because he be having people walking around in homeless shelter clothes.
You hear me? He had people before homeless shelter. He had you walking,
but even then,
pink tees. He had you wearing pink polos and.
But even then, though, I still think today's artists is still a tougher call because they benefit from the machine more now.
That's true.
This machine is crazy now, so you can get more Kanye all the time. You just get Kanye everywhere you go. YouTube, social media. He can put out an album whenever he wants. If he just wants to, I don't know, do some crazy shit, he has 24/7 around the clock coverage that comes right through our media machine screens and everything all the time. It's just different now. So while you can say like, yeah, he's there, but imagine if you took all that away, put all these artists today on ADATs and just.
I think Kanye would be bigger.
Kanye would probably be great still because he
would be way bigger because then you have to be more patiently waiting for him to come out. So his off crazy shows, the way his music videos would be way more impactful if you have to sit there and wait. So I think he would be top like Michael Jackson. I don't think he would surpass him, but he'd be close. He'd be real close to him.
He'd definitely be in a different lane, I think. And I think I think I seen somebody say that music is really oversaturated now.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like it's so saturated that you would see like a Chris Brown and shit, and you'll look at his totals and all that, and you'll think like, oh man, this motherfucker better than Mike and shit. But like, yo, like the industry is just different now.
Okay, whoever said that, and you,
Scot free. I just seen it. Yeah.
what do you mean by oversaturated? Do you mean oversaturated by artists, or do you mean oversaturated by music?
By
Because
music. It was
if it's
just like how you was talking. Like how you said like back then we had to wait.
yeah,
There's no waiting now. Chris
no,
Brown is dropping every year.
that's correct.
He's on tour year round, like just nonstop. And like just like you said with Kanye, if we had to wait for Kanye
Yeah,
because you don't have the access to all the different technologies and fast media sources, it would probably he would be bigger. Like it's that. It's so saturated now. You have to, as soon as you drop an album, you can't even really bask in the work that you put into the album because you already have to be working on a follow-up now.
yeah, that's true. I was saying that because some people usually have the argument oversaturated mean by artists. Like we have too many artists, and I say we don't because
Nah.
back in the day, it was worse because you had your legendary top people, your pop people, where every state could see them. But then you had your regional rappers that were just killing the region, and then you had your city and state rappers. Like
Right.
it was still the same thing. Now it's still like that. The only thing difference now is that everybody can be reached. Every person can. I can be in St. Louis and I can reach Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
my audience is bigger. But besides that, it's still the same.
Yeah, it's still the same. Everybody going, they all what do you call it? They all on that gold chase. They all everybody's on the gold rush,
That's
pretty
true.
much. Like it's
That's true, Desmond. I'm not gonna lie about that. That's true.
which one? The one where all the people were dying and
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was about. But Mike used to have them falling out like that. But Mike, he had people on hand like, yo, go let's scoop that bitch up and get her the fuck up on out of here.
All right. Scott Free said overall. So basically.
Yeah, but I think I agree with what you were saying more about because the number of
Artists.
artists, it's always been the same, but we just have because of the media machine, the way this shit works, it's like now everybody can get out.
Correct.
You can see everybody now.
Correct.
It's like Professor X with Cerebro, and so like now you put it on, and then like now you can. So that's what media is now. It's almost like Cerebro now. Anybody with a mic and a recording setup, you see them now.
That's true.
So yeah, I agree with you in that sense. But musically, it's very oversaturated. I'd be like, damn. Like, and I dislike it to a sense because you don't really get it takes away the appreciation for the music.
Yeah, it does. I'm not gonna lie about that. But I do like mixtapes. Don't get me twisted. Like I like mixtapes because you get to see where the artist is going sometimes before the official album comes out. I
And the
like that part.
mixtapes, yeah, they seem kind of a little bit more raw, but I don't think those hit the same as official albums though.
Yeah.
Like when a rapper drops an album
Hmm.
and then he follows it up that year with another album. I mean, shit, you got to blame these who DMX. I think DMX started this shit. This is his fault. Rest in peace to X. It's just the greatest ever, but it's his fault. He started this shit.
I blame Biggie.
Why? Well, he
No,
did the double album, didn't he?
yeah, that's why I blame Biggie.
But see, that's different when you just put a bunch of songs on 2 discs to when you drop one album and then we're rolling with that album and then you're already coming with some new shit like after you just dropped this one. A double disc is still one project. So you can
Yeah.
still absorb it as one project.
Just imagine back in the day we had 12 to 14 songs. Now we have 30. 40 songs or 20 songs. Like it's too
That
much.
too. These niggas do be putting too many songs on their albums. That's another
Mhm.
thing that was crazy.
And people
That
try to
was
follow that format, but the problem is that Biggie, every song on Ready to Die was hard. Was dare I say it, a classic,
right.
a greatest album to that sense because of how they put that whole thing together.
Nah, and that was another thing that I was getting into on the
What the
whole.
fuck?
What you
How?
say?
What
Huh?
type of bullshit are you smoking? Where you come from? Who raised you, my brother?
Oh,
Who who,
ooh,
who raised you?
yeah, shit. Yeah, well, my opinion. Whoa,
Who
I
raised
ain't.
you, brother? How? And I'm both fans. Like he can tell you, when I used to go to every Kanye mixtape before Kanye was big, I would go and get that motherfucker. But how, Sway? That man doesn't even write his songs, bro. All the way. So hell no. And if it comes
But
and I
that's the thing, though. The verses ain't really about that. The verses is about just that moment and how them songs hit to the crowd.
Jay-Z still win, bro.
You think so?
Just
I don't
imagine.
know. I
It's
would love to see
not
it. I think it would
like
be a matchup.
but they two different vibes though. So now if you say Dre and Kanye,
Nah, Kanye got some joints. You go back to that sophomore project,
yeah, I'm
that
not
shit
going.
hits live for some reason. Like I don't like it riding to it, but
Mhm.
live, that's like one of the best rap albums. I think just
But
live, all that shit was just dope.
that's why I say Drake and Kanye. That would be a hard. That would be a hard versus.
I think contrasting styles make a good versus because I don't know, it really puts you in a space to see like how you compete, with
Nah,
different style of artists. Like I don't want to see a versus with DMX and necessarily like say Ja Rule just for you know.
that's contracting style.
I like seeing DMX and Snoop Dogg.
But that's contrasting styles though. Even though they're from the East Coast, they still Ja Rule's more pop
Yeah, in a
than
sense,
hard
but he
gritty.
had that same type of even though Ja Rule, I think you could argue in a sense was a little bit more versatile because he did cross into that pop lane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's still the same, like in a sense, because of how much he was like X still. So like I don't know if I'd be as excited about that as seeing like, oh man, you got DMX, like we love him in this space, and then you got Snoop Dogg who does something completely different in a sense from a whole nother coast and everything. Like I just thought that was really dope to watch those two styles clash, two different styles of rapping, beats, culture, everything. He said he drugs are low. He talked to you.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just not that big on I think Jay-Z would get handled in the verses by a few artists.
I don't think so because if you think about how Jadakiss rap that freestyle, imagine that's gonna be Jay-Z. He's gonna be hitting you with freestyles. He's gonna be hitting you with songs and the way how his DJ cuts it off and cuts it back on.
Mhm.
He's gonna kill it. You
It would
never
be a
heard
dope.
nobody. You never heard anybody say Jay-Z had a weak concert. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Never heard that.
I still think it'd be a great versus. And I wanted to touch on what you were talking about. You said somebody had we were talking about the Biggie Classic album, and
Mm-hmm.
that was another thing that I brought up when people were talking about the talent level between Chris and Michael on that
Mm-hmm.
comparison. And I said off top, I was like, well, Chris Brown, he doesn't have a Thriller. He has nothing on that tier. He doesn't even have a classic album.
Yeah, he doesn't. I'm not going to lie about that. Chris Brown does not have a classic album at all.
And that even created another debate,
You talking?
kind of in a sense, that saying Chris Brown doesn't have a classic album. And when you say classic, it's real easy to say, oh man, that's classic because it's old or because it's throwback. But really, when you look at classic albums, these albums stand apart and alone compared to other just, good or great records for the time and everything. Like when I think of classic albums, I think of albums like Thriller and Bad, Michael Jackson, Pearl Jam 10, DMX is dark and it's dark and hell is hot. Dr. Dre, Chronic 2001 and the first Chronic, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style, Prince, Purple Rain, Nirvana, Nevermind, 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying, Eminem, Marshall Mathers LP, Nelly, Country Grammar. I was going to ask you, that's what I wanted to talk to you the other day on the phone.
What?
Would you consider T-Pain Epiphany a classic album?
Fuck yeah!
Okay. T-Pain Epiphany.
I only have one thing that would make me not say that, and that was that AIDS skit. But besides
yeah, that was weird. That shit went left. The world keeps spinning with or without me. We was all like, this nigga got AIDS? What the fuck you trying to say? Yeah, he could have left that shit off of there. But when you talk about classic albums, and the thing that all those albums, shout out to Lady DJ, the thing with all those albums that I just listed, like they're just such big moments. Like they're different.
Mm-hmm.
Like Michael Jackson Thriller is still the top selling album to this day.
Yeah, it is.
That thing propelled Michael to superstar level, just some shit that you just had never heard of.
Thank you.
I said Pearl Jam 10. That is just widely regarded as one of the best rock albums ever. That motherfucker, you can play that shit straight through. I don't know if you niggas just only listen to rap all day or if you guys can do that. But Pearl Jam 10 is straight through.
Yeah, if you get a chance to, please listen to that.
Anita Baker, I don't know if I said Anita Baker Rapture. That was one that we were talking about. Anita Baker still sells out shows to this day and ship with overpriced tickets to this day. DMX is dark and hell is hot. What the hell do I have to say about that?
Can you match that with Blueprint?
I'd have to really let y'all pick with Jay-Z. I'm sure, because a lot of people say Jay-Z Reasonable Doubt is a classic.
I do. I say,
to me, that album sucked. I mean, a lot of people gonna fucking be pissed. Like, I thought the shit was terrible. I didn't even think Jay-Z had anything good until Hard Knock Life.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna need you to do. I'm gonna give you homework, my bro.
I can't
like
do
you
it.
gonna just do it. Just like don't listen to any music for like an hour or two, and then put that album on and just listen. Don't have any preconceived notions. Just sit back and listen from the beginning to end. It's gonna catch you.
Yeah, I could probably do that because even now I appreciate Jay-Z as even though I don't rank him as high as a lot of people do, I appreciate him more as an artist. Just listening to him and kind of getting into it. I'll probably try that with some of his older stuff, see if I could catch it. Everybody remembers Dr. Dre, both of the Chronics with those.
Paul, I'm sorry for interrupting you last time, but now I gotta call you by your name, Desmond.
Off the Wall, I have to disagree. And Off the Wall was dope. I think Off the Wall is one of his most not slept on, but for some reason when people talk about his great albums and everything, even like in the sense where I'm talking about his classics, personally, I would say that's a classic. But the reason why I didn't mention it is because I know and I remember the impact of Thriller and Bad. You know, saying like Off the Wall was almost in a sense like his kind of like his first album, and he killed it with that, and then he had to follow it, and then he topped that shit with Thriller.
I'm gonna say that Off the Wall doesn't catch it because during the disco, that was like the ending of the disco era, going into the R&B explosion. And so it didn't catch people like it should have, and it has a little mixture of R&B,
Yeah, and disco, yeah.
yeah,
That motherfucker is fat though. That's almost a play straight through too.
almost. But Bad, I say Bad is better than Thriller. No, I mean Thriller is better than Bad. I'm sorry, I say Thriller is better
Yeah,
than Bad.
I would say Thriller's better than Bad, but Bad ain't no punk either.
No, it's not. It's not a punk.
Whew.
It got
I mean,
even that song with Stevie Wonder's. AJ made me start liking that song with Stevie Wonder's.
Just good, man, baby.
At first, I hated this shit.
Boy, how could you hate that? That shit. Oh man, that shit is dope. Yeah, Bad is a monster too. But the reason why I said I said those two is because I just know I remember the impact of those two albums, and I don't think anybody would dispute like those are classics. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Prince, Purple Rain. Everybody remembers Prince, Purple Rain.
Yeah.
Like you see, like when people say classic, I think it's thrown around so loosely that we just look at classic as meaning old. But I think like the real classic albums, like they ascend past, you know, what you typically get in a good or great album. And I think I even said even the same thing with Nelly, Country Grammar. That was one that you had brought up. And I said the same thing, like how you said hell yeah to T-Pain. I was like, hell yeah. Nelly changed the whole game. Shit, niggas had to learn how to fucking sing and rap at the same time. All of a sudden, once Nelly took off, just like T-Pain, there ain't a motherfucker that has sung anything or rapped anything without auto-tune since T-Pain. These guys are game changers. You know, they've either changed the game in one way or another. They've blended cultures. They've brought people together in a sense like no, you know, other artists can really do. And I think that's what makes a classic. And you have great albums. Like, don't get me wrong. Like to me, like y'all would say, like Jay-Z is classic in certain albums and stuff, but I don't think Jay-Z has the impact.
What you mean? He was
like, I don't know.
Just
like
if somebody, he was the king of hip hop.
Jay-Z even said himself he ain't like following DMX.
Yeah, because that nigga prayed and cried and showed emotions. That's why it wasn't a stage performance.
Once again, we talking about a different type of motherfucker. I don't think Jay-Z got one album better than It's Dark and Hell is Hot. Anything after that, we can debate. Anything after It's Dark, we can debate.
Reasonable Doubt Blueprint.
Better than It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Yes.
I give Jay-Z a good run and shit with any other DMX record. It's Dark was pretty solid.
I'm telling you, watch. I'm gonna get this stuff together when this Triller, because we need to be on Triller, not Triller, but on whatever Twitch. Yeah, Twitch.
Yeah, I think
so
Twitch,
we can
allow
play
you
our
a little
own
bit
music.
more.
We can play this music. So
we're gonna have to figure that out because YouTube be tripping. Shit, they be trying to shut you down the minute you play something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't know. I any other DMX album, we go song for song. I just think It's Dark and Hell is Hot was just put together so damn perfect for a rap album, especially at that time.
Yeah,
and that was like pre-Nelly, where Nelly came in and changed the whole game. So a lot of people probably like, oh, Nelly. I'm like, boy, y'all better
you gotta respect Nelly's name.
I gotta respect Nelly and them lunatics, the dumb niggas was doing. Nelly, actually, I would go as far as to say he got two classics.
What, Countryville,
Nellyville and Country Grammar.
Yeah.
Both of them records is diamond. So, I better show Nelly his respect. Kanye got more hits. Oh, you talking about the verses thing that we touched
Yeah.
on earlier with the
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and I think verses too. Back on that subject, on one end you have like the Billboard battle. So if you say like hits and all that, oh yeah, that's the first one, right? Please forgive me for not remembering because a lot of that shit I just remember.
Stankonia is not a good album. Stankonia was damn near fucking replay songs that they
Okay,
brought
what was
from
the
other
first
albums.
one? The
Um.
one that you used to have at the house.
Oh my god. Hold on, because I'm finna break everything down.
Aquemini? Is that the name of
Quemini,
that?
Quemini is the third album. Quemini
AT Aliens?
is the second album. So it's damn, I can't even remember it. I'll tell you right now. It's
Hmm. Okay, yeah, look that up. But I was saying, versus you have the Billboard battle where it's about hits, where you can compare the hit and the charting, and then I think you have the real battle where you compare the moment and the impact of the artists and the performers. And I think that's what it comes down to because it's a whole different game when you're looking at these cats from a charting standpoint. And you're like, oh, well, Kanye has more hits than Jay-Z, so he wins. And then when you play these records side by side in real time, that's a different feel. You strip the industry away, you strip away that industry impact, and now you're hearing these songs in real time and you're dealing with that emotional response and everything in real time. So I think that's the beautiful thing about a versus. So you can't necessarily really just call it because one may have more chart hits than the other.
So Fresh and So Clean came from hold
That
on.
was that was more real. That's not their first album.
No. Southern the first album Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music. That's the first album. The second album is AT Alien. That's a classic. Aquemini that Aquemini no ATL Aliens is a great album. Aquemini is a top album. Like you can't beat that. Fucking Stankonia, it was like it's songs from all them albums plus extra songs. Like, no. Aquemini is the shit. Aquemini had everything. If you feel like your whole day, like you finna kill yourself and you need to listen to one album that's gonna save your life, Aquemini is it. Aquemini is
So
you can't
would
surpass that.
would you say that that's more like in the great album?
No, Aquemini,
The one that he said
Stankonia,
Stake on You.
I say good. I don't say great. I say good, but you can say
And
let's
I mean
say
that's not, but I'm just saying like that's fine, like good, great. Like there's albums that they have a mark like that,
mhm,
but they don't reach really like where you're talking about classic. This is just an album that just transcends everything across the board,
Aquemini.
right? And so, like, what other albums would you say are just they're good or great that people
By
may call class just by anybody? People may call them classic.
I'm gonna say because we had this discussion. If it's towards R&B, you would have to say "Sex, Love, and Pain" too. I say it's a classic, but when we start talking, it's a good album. Um, he said, "No, it's not, bro." Let me see what else. I say Juvenile second album that everybody thinks that his first album.
Oh, 400 Degrees.
Hmm
Yeah, to me that album did not age good.
But
And
he has some hits though.
he did. He had a lot of hits on it, but it didn't age good.
Hold on, let me see. Bruno Mars's first and second album. They're good albums. They're not great. I say to myself, 24 Karat Gold is a classic album.
Man, Unorthodox Jukebox. I don't know. That's a, but I don't know. Bruno Mars is in such a weird space where he doesn't get that. It doesn't seem like he gets the appreciation I think he should deserve. so it may affect his overall impact on these albums. But man, 24 Karat Magic and an Unorthodox Jukebox, those motherfuckers listen straight through, press play, and walk away.
Let me see. What is it? Oh no. How humble mumble. I'm going through the track list. Gasoline Dreams. That's all right. Cool. I'm so first of all, Miss Jackson. Yeah. Snapping and tapping. It was all right. Spaghetti Junction. No. I'll call before I come. That's hard. B.O.B. Bombs over back there. Explosion. No.
That's Stank on You, right?
Yeah. We love these hoes. That's all right. Humble mumble. Up my dreams. No. Red Velvet. That's okay. Gangster shit. Come on, let's be real. Toilet tissue. That's cool. Slum Beautiful. Slum Beautiful. That's hard. And then that's it. Like compared to okay, let me go to Aquemini. I'm sorry if I'm going fast, but if you
Oh no, go ahead.
if you like if you like the album, then you know what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, Outcast. Like he got me a little bit mad about that. Aquemini. Let's go to Aquemini. Okay. Now we going to Aquemini. I hate when this motherfucker does this. I can do it in Apple Music because that'll go faster.
You really try to pull these episodes up.
Yeah. Hold the strong. That's cool. Return of the G. Hard. Rosa Parks. Did we forget? Screw It on the Barbie. Did we forget with Raekwon? Aquemini. Synthesizer. They got that. They got like that G funk. Okay, go sit down because I don't want. Stop. I'll give it to you. There you go, baby. Okay. Slump is cool. West.
Damn, Fresh and So Clean was on
Yeah.
Stank on You.
Yeah.
Damn.
The art of storytelling 1 and 2 hard.
I remember those.
Yeah, everything. Splody Odie Deliciosi. That's hard. Y'all Scared. Nathaniel. Liberation. Chunky Fry. Come on, man. I can't. Y'all no. It's cool. Like they had, but no, the whole. If you pick like the whole body of work, Aquemini is killing that. It's killing that. Let me open it for you, baby. And if people know, Stank on You before when it first came out, it was only a couple of songs, and then they put it was only a couple of songs, and then they put like their greatest hits on it. Then they changed it to have these other songs. But you know, if you know.
But yeah, and that's just where we are with that. Just the whole fact that, you know, I think there's a difference between saying somebody has like an actual classic album and an album that you just call classic because, oh, it was great and it's just old, saying, you know, according to that artist. Like it's that artist's old shit that was good at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like even like cats like Devin the Dude, like I don't think Devin the Dude is great as an artist that he is. I don't think he has like a classic genre defining, genre bending, world gathering type record.
This is what I'm gonna say about Devin. I say Devin is a cult classic artist. That's why I say Devin is like a cult classic,
like Tech Nine
cult
or
classic,
Brother Lynch.
cult classic.
Yeah, I could dig that.
That's what I consider them to be.
Yeah, so like people be having great records. Like it's, I'm not trying to take away from anybody by saying it's not classic, but it's just like when I say, I think you can say classic in two senses. Like you, like, oh man, that's a classic. Like yeah, like that was really great back in the day. Like yeah, that's a throwback right there. You don't know nothing about that. That's a classic, boy. And then you have classics. So when we start talking about classics, say like when you're comparing like a Chris Brown to Michael Jackson, now we're talking about classics in a different sense. Chris Brown don't have nothing fucking with Thriller. So I just like, or bad, probably off the wall even. And maybe not even Dangerous. I think Dangerous was a great album. And people kind of slept on Invincible. I mean, we can keep doing that. You know, I think Chris Brown's range is more like in the history, blood on the dance floor type of level. You know, they were good records. You know, they were good albums, and shit, especially like if you're a Michael Jackson fan. But you know, that wasn't Mike on his tip top. And even then, History, man, whoo, History had Earth Song. Yeah, I can't even think. And what's the other one? Get hit. They don't care about it. I know even History is like give you some problems and shit for Chris. Like just on the album level, I just don't see it. Like Chris is dope for now, but all time, I just don't see people. I don't see it where he'd have like that same impact because even though Michael's not from this era and everything. Like these are songs that stand the test of time. And that's the thing with a lot of these albums that we mentioned, like among the classics, like the songs on these albums will stand the test of time. Like they will always be fresh. They're not such, or they're not records that just represent a time and a moment. Like how many times do you even hear like maybe Chris Brown records or a lot of these artists' records now? And you sit back and you think like, oh man, I remember this.
Man.
Like that's the feeling you get. You hear some old shit or whatever now that's maybe 10 years old. You like, oh, I remember this song. Because it was just a moment. When you hear Billie Jean and that shit fucking comes off and you know that shit, you're like, fuck, like it just takes you to a different place. So I don't know. Just the comparison. I don't know. I just don't see it in any aspect. Not on dancing, not on singing, not on putting on albums. Michael Jackson died. If people was paying attention, we learned that he could draw and paint and do all that shit too. This motherfucker was on the fashion. The dude invented some shoes that allows you to lean all the way to the floor without leaving your feet. I mean, man, I just don't know.
You say East 99. Yeah.
Shit, that's just scraping. Like, you could probably call that shit great. And then I remember me and you was talking like category too, when you break it down, like, okay, classic as far as genre.
Yeah.
Which is a different thing too. Like if you want to be like, yo, man, that's a classic rap album. Then, you know, you do that. Oh man, that's a classic rock. You know, you could do that. But I think even then, when you just, I think true classics, they go past genre.
Yeah.
They're just great albums that I think affect people the world over.
Yeah.
Like they just did something right. Like Michael Jackson with Thriller, whatever the hell zone that him and his team was in on Thriller, it just did something different. Pearl Jam. And you know, those guys, like just whatever they were on 10, it was just different.
But that's not fair if you saying between Chris Brown, because Michael Jackson had Quincy Jones.
And Chris Brown has access to the whole fucking industry the world over. He could actually call Quincy Jones if he wanted to. Quincy Jones ain't in the ground yet.
But it ain't gonna be the same Quincy. But I get what you're saying.
He can call Quincy Jones for music. He can probably, like the stories that we hear. I mean, Quincy Jones get him on TV, all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think, and then you just got to think, like, today, stuff is so fast now. So it's nothing to work with for all these people to work with each other. And, you have guys like Dr. Dre and like really great producers, Timbaland. So it's just like, yeah, you can say Quincy Jones is definitely a legend, but we can't sleep on our new producers and arrangers and all that stuff now. Like, we got a lot of great people, a lot of greats. Dude, do not get me fucking started on Nas. You leave me the hell alone.
He had great songs on there on M. But I can't say because I didn't listen to Illmatic.
You niggas gonna stop beating me over the head with Nas.
But the song with Lauryn Hill, that was my shit. If I rule the world.
Yeah, he had a couple songs. I like that. I like the one mic joint. Who didn't love Ether?
Yeah. I didn't.
I loved it. That was great. I was like, this is the Nas we need.
Yeah, but
I couldn't get past that shit.
Jay-Z had his own Ether, but
but what did it with Nas for me totally? Well, I was like, there ain't no hope for this nigga. Is that he had your boy on the joint. Shawty, say what's your price? Just you can back it up. Oh man, I was like, yo, this nigga Nas can't make a good song for shit.
On me back.
Yeah, same to you guys too. Happy Father's Day to all y'all. Fathers out there.
Yeah, so all you fathers, thank you for being a great father, because we need it.
Keep it up, man.
Some of us as males are not doing our jobs. I'm not trying to ruin our fun right now, but some of us men are not doing our jobs. We're not being great fathers. So if you're a great father, I salute you. I applaud thee. No bull.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Daddy, what's doing? I'm doing the podcast. When I'm done, we can play. But you gotta take your bath anyway. Shit.
Oh yeah, shit. Till we almost wrapped up.
Okay.
Was there? Did we have? No, that was everything.
Oh no. Let me hold on. Because I started, and we keep our word. Bow. I'm going to say, because I love playing devil advocate, Lil Wayne is surpassed it Pop. I'm going to say it.
Oh man. Let me see the question again. I don't know. That's something you just got to read and kind of take in for a second.
Bow.
So, okay, who's the more influential rapper, Lil Wayne or Tupac? Influential, Lil Wayne.
Yep. See,
because I would have took the question another way if I didn't see it again and stuff. So yeah, influential, and the reason why I can say that so easily is because you got to look at style, culture, just his overall impact. I don't see people where Tupac, he has a undying appreciation. And he's easily noticed as one of the best ever. So like nobody takes that from him. I'm not saying that Lil Wayne is better than Tupac by a fucking long shot. So don't get me wrong out of there, but we talking about influence.
I say he's better than Pop.
And I would say Lil Wayne just has had more of an influence just on our culture. Well, for better or worse, whatever the fuck you think the influence is, I think Lil Wayne's influence maybe was greater, and it could be due to the fact that maybe because Tupac only lived 25 years and Lil Wayne is damn near 40 now. You know, a lot of that shit plays into it, but
Okay, let's match. Okay, let's match what? 3 albums. We can match 3 albums. His 3 albums compared to Tupac 3 albums, I still say he won. So that means Fire. What is it? Fire, Hot Like Fire, whatever that shit's called. And the Carter 2 versus what? Let me get the Tupac because I'm not.
all I know is All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli. Wayne ain't got nothing fucking with that, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't think the Carter?
Hell fucking nah.
Oh, we can do the Carter series versus 3 of his albums. The Carter series, they killing them.
Yeah, right. What does he have fucking with All Eyes on Me? What does Lil Wayne have fucking with that? All right, we won't even do both books on. We'll do book 1, All Eyes on Me. What does Lil Wayne have going harder than that?
We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to play that because I'm telling you,
Yeah,
the Carter. No, the Carter is a rap classic. Let me say that the Carter is a rap classic.
Shit, and that's the thing. I think that Tupac. I don't know. Oof, that All Eyes on Me book 1 was.
We can play in a minute.
That All Eyes on Me book 1, boy. Pac came out of jail on a motherfucking mission.
No, but he said book 1, Swiss. He said book 1, so we're gonna do book 1.
He was shit. Book 1 started with My Ambitions as a Writer. Then it went into All About You. I think like number 5 was How Do You Want It? He had 2 of America's Most Wanted on book 1. He had Pain on book 1, I believe. I Ain't Mad at You, I think, is on book 1.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I feel like Wayne is just a better rapper. That's all I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, Wayne. You can argue that Wayne is a better rapper. Well, he was talking about the influence. I think.
Oh, the influence. If it's towards people, it's pop. If it's towards like rappers and music, it's Wayne all day.
But that's the thing. I don't see where Tupac's. What's the matter, baby? I don't see where Tupac's even his legacy really affected people long term.
What you mean? People got tatted thug on their stomach.
Yeah, but Lil Wayne got niggas walking around in skinny jeans and everybody with locks and all that shit. Yeah. Like the whole industry, like you got to think, like what, for the last 10 years or so, almost every rapper that came out looks like a Lil Wayne clone.
That's why I said rap.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like,
but every kid, look, perfect. Every kid says that, but you know what their parents say? What their parents throwing up?
A lot of these old ass niggas is throwing up Wayne too for some reason. I don't know why old people don't appreciate our class of hip hop.
Nah, but a lot of people are throwing up. I'm a thug. As soon as that pop come on, they parents. As soon as that pop come on, they doing their shit. So that's why
it's a hell of a debate. That's a fucking whole nother show almost. God damn. Because it's not I'm just looking at the direct influence and just in hip hop wise, like we're thinking of just that. I just don't see where hip hop. I just don't see hip hop wise where, and it could just be because his life was just cut so short.
That's true.
So he probably didn't even get a chance to really get into what he was going to be, especially coming off of All Eyes on Me and then following that shit up with Machiavelli. It's no telling what Pac would have did influence wise. Like the whole game would probably be different if he didn't get killed out here. So, but I mean, I guess if you're just going off of what they have or what they were able to do with their time, it's kind of hard not to say Wayne. I just see more of his impact on the industry and, you know, the game total to where people are emulating him almost to a T. His style, his sound, and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this was an awesome show.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm glad we got to touch on that. Niggas tripping, just blurting out shit. I don't even know what make you say some shit like that. Chris Brown is more talented than Michael Jackson. Like, you gotta go get checked.
So everybody,
check.
all the people that's on here and on the playback, go ahead and start signing up for your Twitch now, your Twitch account now, because we're going to try to set it up and so we can play this on Twitch, so we can play the songs, so we can battle. So this could be a fun, awesome night. You can get your friends together and we can just play songs.
Yeah.
And do all types of shit.
That'd be dope. I'd be hating to go over these songs. We so into these albums and everything, we're able to kind of, recall them, but it would be dope to be like, oh, what you say, nigga? Press play on your ass. Boy, I'd be pressing play all over your ass with that Michael Jackson.
So I might have to make a plane trip out there, or you might have to come out here so we can do that shit.
I know, let's figure that shit out. There'll be nothing going out. There'll be nothing going on here in Vegas.
Yeah, that'd be hard. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to set that up, guys, because I feel like that'd be something dope. Because how we want to do the experience. I don't know, Desmond was on here. I think Scott Free was on here when we did that one time when we played the songs and we was going through the albums and playing the songs. Well, they tried to stop us then. So
yeah. Oh, they damn sure flagged the video. We had like about 20 some flags. It was the video where we were talking about the game versus Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing game songs. We were trying to say, okay, well, who would win a versus? Yeah.
That's what Scott Free do, Desmond.
Right.
He just messes it all up.
Who's more influential, Tupac or Lil Wayne?
And then leaves, and you hear the door close. Yeah. So yeah,
that caused an uproar.
And he laughing while he walking out.
Right.
Yeah, but this was an awesome show. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna try to get that together. I'm gonna try to get that.
Oh yeah. So anything else? Hold on, baby. Daddy wrapping up right now.
Cool.
Yeah, daddy duty.
These are our alarms.
Bam.
See, he was here then. Yep. See.
Yeah.
That was the good days. That's when we had over 100 people viewing.
Man, what's up, Black YouTube, man? Like, I be wanting to say, like, yo, Black YouTube, it's more to life than Kwame Brown. It really is. Like, there's a lot of shit going on. If y'all didn't notice, I don't see brown skin lady no more or none of that shit. Miss Corelli, she still rock with us. I seen her get on, and a few others, Desmond, a lot of these cats, they still rock. Damn, it's like you stop talking about Kwame Brown, they be like, fuck this shit. I refuse. I think we made our point, and that was that. And I was like, man, I refuse to become a Kwame Brown channel. That just wasn't gonna be me. There's really a lot of good shit to talk about out here, and a lot of good shit going on, and we own it.
Yep.
Hi.
Hello, baby.
So he said hello.
Hello. Hello.
Your daughters don't give a damn, do they? I think you tell your son to go sit down. My daughter in the background not giving a damn about this show or anything that's going on.
No.
And I appreciate y'all. Shonda, Desmond, Scott, even Swiss Life, even though I think this is the first time. No. This is probably like the third time they came. I appreciate you. Like, stop, Cubby. Baby, stop. Like, I appreciate every last person that watches our videos and watches it live.
Oh, yeah. That's just dope. Man, yeah, whatever happened to the fake Desmond and all them? I think when you see like the count jump, I think these motherfuckers like click on real quick, like these niggas better not be talking shit. Okay, good. And then they out. Like I swear, dude. Like all the videos I see doing anything and shit, or they all be like talking shit. They still going at Kwame and all that shit. Like it's fucking crazy.
Oh, my bad, sis. But I appreciate you. Desmond Rattler, he said hi.
Hi.
Come here.
Hi.
Because you
What
and
name?
Cedric's daughter, y'all
Say
wow.
Snake. Snake. Say hi, Snake.
Honey. Honey.
What do you mean?
All right, go sit down. Okay, so you got anything else? Any church announcements?
Nah, nothing.
Anybody on here got any church announcements? I don't think nobody else had any church announcements. Well, okay. That's Jay Almighty. That's Geraldine. 2 names. I'm Super Dope Keys. And you just been Chin Check.
Bah!
Let go.
Lune.
Almighty.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
Stay on the caper for paper to get my scruples. And this a money world, so I stack with me and my pupils. I establish your order, nobody gotta be short for it. And you can do it legal or regal, getting that corporate. Real time, you don't grind, well that's unfortunate. Ain't nothing for a dreamer but sleep if you don't work for it. Shout out to the fellas that get it, and I don't mean robbing ladies with degrees that's actually working their dream job. Work now, play later, that's still a motto. When you handle biz, it's more joy when you popping bottles. Just some food for thought, though the truth can be hard to swallow. I lead by example, something really easy to follow. Trap me, if I were tired, I take off the ropes. They hoping to fall, I'm killing the hopes. As that's no part of a kid, they mean familiar, those that love me the most. Loving on me, I'ma so give it the ghost. Hit them so hard they can bury the dope. Taking the world, they grab a life by the throat.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work, yeah. El mundo quiere dinero, yeah, yeah. Money work, se arregla con dinero, yeah. Money work, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Lune.
Almighty.